two things. First one was I went on a hike and I went up Mount Greylock all the way to the summit. It was a long trip. It's roughly about 6 miles up. Right now I'm on Lake Pontoosuc, which is in the Berkshires. I'm going to go ahead and strap you to my harness, so you can actually get a bird's eye view of what's going on. Here we go. All right. Now we're going to go on a little walk together. The very first thing that I want to talk about today is there's this new trend going on. It's called wall maxing, where people are staring at a wall and they're using that as a means to get off of social media, to stay away from social media and just making their brain bored deliberately. Now, you could stare at a wall, but here's the deal. You have all of this to stare at here. Here's something I want to share with you. Why is it that someone has to stare at a wall in order to get off of social media? Well, let's connect a few dots here. We're going to connect a few things. So when people go on social media, especially we'll say Instagram, for example, there is feeds. And the feeds are looping and they're moving. Got it? They're looping and moving. Our brains are wired since prehistoric times to actually look for movement. Our brains are wired to look for movement. So when you're staring at a wall and being bored, that's one way to kind of detox from social media or detox from your phone. That's one way to do it. But look at all the movement that's here. Birds, wind, waves, nature, everything that's here. There's plenty of movement. Your brain is being engaged from the five senses, from the waves that are moving to the wind to everything else. So I'm not against wall maxing, as it's called, but I don't see anything wrong with nature maxing because there's plenty of movement out here. And like I said, prehistoric times, your brain is wired for movement. Now, let me give you an example. Back in the prehistoric times, if you were walking through the jungle or the forest, you would do one of the two things. If you saw something move, you would either go fight or flight and run because you are going to be running from being eaten, or if you saw something move, you might consider it important because it was food and maybe you had to go hunt for it, but it caught your attention. That's the key point I want to say here, is that your attention is being caught by movement. And our brains aren't taught to be caught in movement. So why not use nature to our advantage? Look at the movement that's here. Got plenty of movement all around you. Birds, looks like geese, ducks, all of the information of reality right at your fingertips. And you get this wonderful path here. Sit and enjoy yourself. Let's go for a walk. So while wall maxing is great, if the weather outside is no good, why not? Why not just engage in nature? Look at all this information. Sun, wind, creatures, animals, sounds of birds. It's all here. All of it. everything. Grab a sandwich. Come here by myself. No need for anybody else. By myself, just have a sandwich and just enjoy nature around you. Eat the sandwich and hang out for 15 or 20 minutes. And just appreciate everything. So when you scroll through a feed, you'll see a lot of videos just looping, and that movement is designed. Those companies are using loops, designing engagement. Because the social media companies, they just care about your engagement. That's it. And those looping videos are there to attract your attention through movement. Our brains are wired for movement. And that comes from the prehistoric times by looking for food or running away from being it. But when you saw something rustling in the bushes, your brain's attention span hooked in on it. And look at all of the wonderful things here that you can zoom in on. This is all the movement you need here. This gives your brain rest completely. To enjoy it out here. Have fun. Sit in the shade. As a breathwork practitioner, someone who does breathwork, the mind grows most quiet. Not on an inhale, not on an exhale, but on the breath hold, the holding of the breath. So, for example, if I inhale and hold for 8 count, brain grows quiet on the hold. Now, something I could share with you for those of you that are actually listening, some people might be engaging in the movement here. One thing is when you first do a breath retention, it's called breath retention in pranayama. I'm an instructor of breath work from yoga. And when I do the breath work, the retention is where the brain goes quiet. But if you're a person that's new and you've been on social media for years and you're trying to detox yourself, the moment you hold your breath and the brain goes quiet, it will make you feel uncomfortable because you're not used to it. Your mind is used to the chaos. It's used to the interference, all of the information that's out there. But the more you do it, the more you do breath retention, the more the brain goes quiet. Let's go ahead and go for a little more of a walk here. I got a nice full battery on me. There's plenty of woods down there. Close. That's their little property right there, their little spot. So then I have plenty of these. So if you're going to relax and stare at the wall to detox from social media, that's fine. You're not against it. Brain later. after 15, 20 minutes, half hour. But you could always trade that technology and movement for this movement. All those looping videos are designed to capture your attention span. Here, you have all the movement you need, and this will capture your attention span if you turn your attention to it. You get to have selective attention. Not only is your brain getting movement, your body's getting movement too. Your senses are getting movement. Like this bird that just flew into my view. Looks like a rabbit. Hard to say.